Check, check, 1, 2. How's everybody doing? Listen, you know, we know obviously I normally do the show on Tuesdays. We're still going to have the normal Funkatopia live on Tuesdays. But this Tuesday we have a really, really special event coming up, the Purple Rain Roundtable, which is going to be friggin' amazing. And there has been a bunch of information that has been released by Paisley Park regarding the celebration, specifically the schedule, and also now today. I don't even know how long ago this was. It happened today. Let's see what the specific date is here, because I mean it was today, just not even an hour ago. So it was about an hour ago regarding the shuttles. So a lot of people have been emailing me and texting me directly and saying, "Hey, what's going on with the shuttles? I'm trying to make some decisions about rental cars and this, that, and the other, and they're not releasing any information about shuttles." And so I have been barraging Paisley Park with emails saying, "Listen, we got to know something about the shuttles here because people are coming from out of town, people are coming from out of the country." And they have no idea whether or not they're going to be able to get around, if there's going to be shuttles going from the host hotels that they've, suggested that we stay at. Are they going to be taking us downtown to those different events and whatnot? And let me just say, it's not happening. Just so we're clear. So basically, what's ending up happening now is all the events, the only events that are going to have shuttles going to them are the events that are going to be at Paisley Park and the boat ride for the VIP folks that's happening on Monday. Well, I'm sorry, yeah, on Monday. And they also have shuttles going on for VIP specifically on that Thursday. But again, that's because it's at Paisley Park. So if any of the events happen at Paisley Park, there will be shuttles that will be leaving from two different locations, and it won't be the host hotels, surprisingly enough. So I wanted to kind of, because there's been so many people that have been asking me regarding the celebration. I guess I've kind of become a little bit of the go-to for, because no joke, I can literally dozens of emails of people asking me specific questions about the celebration. So I figured it's kind of my duty to come on and tell you guys and share what they've been sharing. Not that you can't see the emails for yourself, but on the same note, kind of want to walk you through some of this stuff too, because if you've never been to Minneapolis, if you've never been in the state, if you're not sure how the state is laid out, you're not sure how everything works, it can be a little bit daunting to kind of look at this schedule and look at this shuttle schedules and be like, I don't, what's happening here? Where are these places? I don't understand. The one thing I can tell you is that, see, Samantha says this is her first celebration. So this is going to be fun for you. This is going to be fun, but I'm trying to make sure that it's going to be fun for you, because it's going to be, when you look at these schedules, you're like, holy, but I don't know what's happening here. So you gotta be real, clear on this. But first off, happy Father's Day to all the pops out there. Happy Father's Day. Hope you're having a good time. Krista, what's going on from Indiana? Claire, what's going on? Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me fine. Revolution's obviously coming in from New York, and Kenny T from Florida. Yes, I will be in there on, actually, Jeff Page is going to be flying in on Thursday. I mean, I'm sorry, on Wednesday, the 19th. So he's actually going to be there a day earlier than I am. I'm flying in about the middle of the day on Thursday. So because I'm GA, so there's nothing going on. So I don't have to be there until Thursday night. So I'm not going to be. Anyways, let's be real clear about what. First, let's start off with the schedule. And I think that we had a little bit of this discussion previously. I'm trying to figure out. Let me share the GA first, because most folks are GA. Thank you for the Father's Day wishes. Most folks are GA, so let's look at that. Let's look at this first. Is this the GA one? Yeah. So this is the GA schedule here. And just so you know, this is not really a high resolution. I'm sorry if it's not. That's what they have posted online, but luckily it's legible. So we'll start there. But if you're a general admission, for VIP folks, you can kind of sit to the side. But I wanted to really quickly cover the schedule for both general admission and VIP holders, and then discuss the shuttle schedule that they released like literally a little bit over an hour ago. So the first thing is, in general admission ticket holders, on Thursday, if you're GA, you don't really necessarily have to do anything until Thursday night. Thursday night, starting at about 8 p.m. until 1 a.m. I want to say that that's the correct timing of that. What they're doing is the kickoff, and it's just like we had talked about before in the show. I said I can't imagine them doing it in any place other than the W, and that's where it's happening. Is at the W. It's essentially the hotel bar of the W that's in downtown Minneapolis. And to be clear, again, there is no shuttle service to this event. So essentially, you're going to have to just drive yourself or take an Uber or a Lyft or whatever it is that you want to do. And you're going to have to get down to this event yourself. Now, let me just go ahead and make this a lot easier for all you folks in GA. Thursday, June 20th, Friday, June 21st, Saturday, June 22nd. Those 3 days, there is no shuttle service for you at all. There's no shuttle service going from a specific location at a school or a specific location at a bus station or coming from the host hotel to take you back and forth from these events. You have to get to these parts of the events by yourself. Okay. Just go ahead and get that out of the way, because that is really specifically, and just so you can obviously take, well, I'm not going to skip over to the shuttle just yet. I want to talk about the schedule here just for a second. So then on June 21st, you have, there is at the Capitol Theater, I'm sorry, the State Theater, they have the concert footage, the unseen concert footage that they're going to be unveiling. There's going to be a lunch break after the concert footage. Then there's going to be the screening of the Purple Rain movie, followed by a panel discussion, followed by a dinner break. And then they're going to open the doors for First Avenue. And then you will see the Revolution at First Avenue. And then, of course, after the Revolution is done, there will be a DJ dance party. Again, that's all happening on Friday. That schedule pretty much is the same across both GA and VIP. The primary two differences with VIP, obviously, is going to be the level of access, where you're seated, where you're going to be. The primary difference is obviously on Thursday, being that on Thursday, they actually go to have a deluxe or ultimate tour of Paisley Park, and they also get to hear some unreleased music. And I think there's also a little bit of a small panel or something that's going to be happening as well with, I think, Susan Rogers, I want to say. So that's all happening on Thursday for VIP. I don't have that schedule right in front of me just yet, but I'll pull it up and we'll clarify if I'm wrong on that. Then on Saturday, again, and once again, going back to Friday, June 21st, you have to get to all those things by yourself. So you have the State Theater event with the concert footage and all that. Then you have to get to First Avenue. You can do a variety of different things, but everything that you're going to be doing is going to be in downtown Minneapolis. So you're going to have to get there and back to your hotel by yourself. So if you picked one of the hotels that's in downtown Minneapolis, it shouldn't be too big of a deal for you. You should be able to hop in a Lyft or an Uber. That strike is over, right? I don't know. Anyways, you can make your decision about what you're going to do in regards to that. Same thing on Saturday, June 22nd. It's going to be happening at the State Theater again. And once again, concert footage, panel conversation. Then everybody, and I mean everybody, not just people who have tickets to the celebration, but everybody, general public, is going to be participating in a huge block party that's going to be happening by the huge Prince mural that's kind of over by First Avenue. And then on top of that, you're also going to get a sneak peek at the Purple Rain musical. Then there's going to be a lunch break, and then the doors are going to open at the State Theater, and you're going to be able to see the Prince Legacy Award that's going to be happening. And then there's going to be a big concert with Morris Day, MPG, and Taj Farrant, and a Purple Rain finale. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but we'll all find out together. And then there's the DJ dance party. And once again, June 21st, no shuttle service. If you're going to get down there, you got to get down there by yourself. That's just all there is to it. Now, here's where things change. And again, we're just talking about GA. I didn't really go into details with the VIP, but there are some little differences between the gold VIP and the purple VIP. Most of it's just scheduling thing. There's no It's kind of like two different tracks for VIP is kind of what it is. I don't know. Anyways, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what it is. I'm GA as well as Jeff Page. Jeff Page is also GA. So there's that. Now, on Sunday, June 23rd, they're having a big outdoor festival at Paisley Park, and there's going to be live music as well, which is going to include School of Rock. Taj Farran's going to be there. Also, Tracy Blake is going to be there. You may not know Tracy Blake, but you will. You're going to recognize him right out of the gate. He does a lot of work with a lot of different Minneapolis bands. Most people know him from the Purple Experience, but he's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun, live music, and that's going to be happening from 2 to 7. Now, you can actually take a shuttle from two different locations. We're going to talk about where those two different locations are. That will go, you park at those locations, and then the shuttle will take you to Paisley Park, and then you can also drive. You can also take a shuttle back to one of those two locations, and then go back to your hotel. Same thing with Monday, June 24th. There will be shuttles that will take you to and from Paisley Park. They've made very, very specific. They used to say that last year the shuttles left like every hour or something like that. So if you weren't feeling it, if you weren't feeling well, or you had to go or whatever, if you chose to leave early, you could just hop on the shuttle and go. That's not what it looks like this year. It looks like this is what time it's leaving. This is what time it's coming. That's just pretty much it. But on Monday, June 24th, obviously GA will get their walkthrough of Paisley Park. Won't be the ultimate tour, but it'll kind of be just your own walkthrough of Paisley Park. And then, of course, they still got the outdoor music festival and live music with School of Rock. And, of course, our friend, Liv Warfield. She's also going to be playing on June 24th. So there's going to be food vendors and stuff like that. But I wanted to make sure that it was really, real clear. And I'm going to take a look at the there are some people that are going to be doing a variety of different things. Kenny T thing is going to the Mambo's Combo on Wednesday night. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of different things. And of course, it looks like it seems like a walking distance from Hampton Inn and Lofton Hotel if you happen to be in downtown Atlanta. And it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in downtown Minneapolis. But as I mentioned, it's not just a GA versus VIP scenario. Nobody has access to shuttles that we're going to be taking you to and from the downtown locations of Minneapolis. So the schedule that was released, let me share this for the shuttle. I guess we could take a quick second to look at the VIP before we get into the shuttle stuff. But I wanted to make sure that this was that you guys also had this information too. And I really honestly do not believe there's much difference. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that there's just little scheduling differences between the purple and gold VIP, but that's about it. I haven't gone side by side. And the other reason why I want to be real clear why I'm covering this now in this emergency rogue session of Funkatopia Live is because on Tuesday night, we have a very, very, very special show called the Purple Rain Roundtable that we're going to be doing for Funkatopia Live this Tuesday at 8 p.m. You're definitely going to want to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you missed it, you missed the announcement. It's going to be this Tuesday, the 18th. So a couple days before the celebration, we're going to have the one, the only Jerome Benton on the show. That's correct. Not only Jerome Benton, but we're also going to have Gilbert Davison on the show. And we're also going to have Harlan Hucky Austin on the show. Plus, we're going to have Craig Rice on the show. Plus, we're going to have Damon D on the show. So all these people that were actually there during the whole Purple Rain process, we're going to talk about the soundtrack. We're going to talk about the movie. And I don't really want to kind of get all wrapped up into dealing with this celebration part of it at the show. So that's the reason why I wanted to kind of come and talk about it now to kind of get it off the table so you guys have record of it as a standalone piece of information regarding the schedule and the shuttle. So let's do that first. Okay, so let's look at this schedule here. Okay, so again, on Thursday, June 20th, this is for purple VIP holders. And I think that there is a little bit of a difference. And now that I'm looking at the gold VIP versus the, yeah, there is a little bit of a difference. Some people are, gosh, I don't know. I don't remember seeing any super price difference here on this stuff too. It's kind of really weird because when I'm looking at the way that this kind of shakes out, On Thursday, June 20th, when you're looking at the purple VIP, they have stuff going on at Paisley Park. There will be shuttles for the VIP folks to go to and from Paisley Park on Thursday, June 20th, because again, only the shuttles are available just for Paisley Park folks. That's it. So if you're going to Paisley Park, there's a shuttle available. Anything else that's happening downtown, it's just not happening. It's just not there. So they're going to be doing the listening session. They're going to be doing a VIP lunch. They're going to be doing their tour of Paisley Park. They're also going to be doing a screening at Paisley Park. Two different screenings that are happening at Paisley Park, just time differentials, which I'm assuming is a concert screening. And then they're going to be doing a second tour of Paisley Park. And then later on that night, when everybody's all together, the 8 to 1 is going to be DJ Linka Paris at the DJ dance party at the W in downtown Minneapolis. There will not be any shuttle for VIP or GA to that event. Anything that's happening downtown, I've already said it like 5 times, but I feel like I got to be really, really repetitive. And I got to be really specific. There is nothing that will take you into downtown Minneapolis for any of these events. The only time there will be shuttles available will be just to any Paisley Park events, and that's it. Other than that, the same exact schedule for everybody on Friday, June 21st, as far as the stuff at State Theater with all the stuff that's going on with the concert footage and the Purple Rain movie, and then the Revolution concert at First Avenue. Same thing with Saturday with the Morris Day and NPG shows and everything, again, at State Theater. And then for the Purple VIP holders on June 23rd and June 24th, they will have access. Purple VIP will have access to a shuttle on June 23rd, again, to go to Paisley Park for the gospel brunch. So there's going to be a big gospel brunch that's going to be happening there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And they're having the panel conversation with Susan Rogers. I'm sorry, that's happening on Sunday, not the Thursday that I referred to earlier. And then, of course, they have the Paisley Park Outdoor Festival, which everybody will be at. So basically, VIP has just got to be there earlier. And then on Monday, same scenario, whereas everybody else is going to be at Paisley Park for their outdoor festival between 11 and 6. There are a bunch of VIP cruises that are going to be doing a boat cruise on Lake Minnetonka. And I'm going to relook at this because I just pulled this schedule up. Let me see. Yes. So Nancy just clarified this. And yeah, that's essentially it. It's VIP Purple and VIP Gold do the exact same thing, but it's just they're kind of separated out a different day. And I'll pull that up just so you guys can see that, so we can get some closure to this on the VIP Gold. Here is the VIP Gold. Same thing. They do the listening session and the VIP lunch. They don't really do much on Thursday, to be totally honest, other than the listening session and the VIP lunch at Paisley Park. So if you're a gold VIP ticket holder, you technically, you probably still want to be there earlier in the day, because that listening session of listening to unreleased music is a very, very important part of the VIP package. So you still want to be there for that day. But the people that have the purple VIP pass, they got a lot more going on Thursday. And again, that will all be available. And I don't see where some of the other, you guys are still going to get the gospel brunch, but on Sunday is when you kind of do some of the other things like your tour of Paisley Park and some of those 2 screenings. That's happening on Sunday as opposed to Thursday for the purple VIP. So let's stop sharing that. Let me go to what was just released 1 hour ago. And I want to make sure that you guys see this, because this is important. This is the important part. Let's pull it up, shall we? Yeah, I don't think that Siri ever understands anything. So let's get her off of my wrist so she stops talking. All right, so these are the shuttle schedules that are happening now. Obviously, as you can tell, they have very, very specific shuttle schedules. If you check your email, these are in there. So that's going to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of how these shuttles are working out, because of the fact that some folks have gold, some people have purple. So there's some very, very different things going on between them. But let's start with GA, just like we did for this one. GA, as I mentioned, as you can see, you do not have any schedules other than on Sunday, June 23rd and Monday, June 24th. And there's two locations that you will be picked up at. One is the Chanhassen High School, and the other one is the Old Hound Station, which is basically the Greyhound Station, which is about a few miles down the road from where Paisley Park is. I think that's no, that's the Old Hound Station. That's over by Minneapolis. That's a little bit different. The one's over by Chanhassen. So there's two different locations. Look up that address is 950 Hawthorne Avenue in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's the Old Hound Station. And then, of course, you have the Chanhassen High School. So those are the two locations that you would be picked up at you can go to those locations, and it's telling you exactly what the load time is. Your load time is at 1:15 or 1:50 in Chanhassen High School on Sunday, or 1:15 only at the Old Hound Station. So there's only one shuttle that's leaving from there. And that's it. Those two locations. You park at one of those two locations, you hop on the bus. You got to get on the bus at 1:15 or 1:50. There is no late. If you go, oh man, it's going to be a little bit later. There is no bus that leaves like an hour from that time. That's very, very specific. I can only imagine that shuttles cost like a lot of money to just kind of operate and just kind of have it at the beck and call of the people that are at the celebration. And that's just not going to work this year. They are really kind of locking it down. And the same thing at the end. It's the same exact scenario. If you want to leave, you got two options, 6:45 or 7:15. That's basically the two options. Yeah, 6:45 and 7:15 that will take you both to either Chanhassen High School or the Old Hound Station. And I will pull up that 950 Hawthorne Avenue just to kind of take a look and get an idea of where this is at. I wanted to be a little bit more prepared, but I also wanted to kind of, make sure that we were one of the first to make sure that you have the information that you need, because I know a lot of people were asking me a lot of questions about there. It's 950 Hawthorne Avenue. So let's kind of take a peek as to where this is. I'm going to stop sharing this so people kind of understand where this quote unquote. I didn't. Sorry, I didn't share the right. You guys didn't see this switch over. My bad. Let me fix this real quick. My bad. I thought when it popped up on that new screen, it was going to pull it up for you, but it did not. So anyway, so this is the shuttle. Sorry about that. I was rambling off and you guys weren't looking at the same screen I was. This is the general admission shuttle schedule. Again, for Sunday, June 23rd or Monday, June 24th. There's not a whole bunch going on here. So you're not going to have a whole bunch of opportunity to actually leave. So that's the other tricky part of this too. Like, for instance, I really want to see Liv Warfield. That's like the biggest, one of the reasons why I'm kind of like really kind of a little bit, my flight leaves at like 8:05 or 8:30 or something like that on the evening of Monday, June 24th. And these, it doesn't leave until like 6:15, 6:45. And if I've got to wait for it to get to those stations and then get in the car and then go to the airport, that's like crazy close. I don't have my own private jet, so I may just have to just figure out something like parking at the Lake Ann Park, which is across from Paisley Park, which a lot of people do. I may have to do that. And let me just go ahead and say, let me pause here because we've talked about this before. There is, how do I put this? And I'm going to let you guys kind of speak to this a little bit. You can be at the discretion or at the, you guys can use a shuttle. I mean, that's what it's there for, is use a shuttle. So you don't have to worry about driving. You don't have to worry about anything. Just take the shuttle. It's all good. You can take the shuttle. Or a lot of people, and I will say a good bit of people, will actually take their cars and they will drive it to Lake Ann Park, which is right across the street. Lake Ann Park is a regular park. It's open during the day. It's for baseball and people playing baseball and everything. They really can't tell who's there for the park and who's there for the event across the street. They just really can't tell. There's no way they can tell, except when you go to these evening events that are going into like 1:00 in the morning or 2:00 in the morning. Obviously your car's still parked out there. Your kid's not playing baseball in the park. They're fully aware that you're there and not for something that has to do with Lake Ann. A lot of people park across the street at Lake Ann Park, and then you can take the golf cart path all the way down underneath the highway, which is Graffiti Bridge, all the way underneath the highway and up along in front of Paisley Park, and you're there at Paisley Park. And when you want to leave, you can leave whenever you want. You don't have to wait for the shuttle. You just leave Paisley Park, go back down the golf path, get into your car at Lake Ann Park, and drive away. You don't have to wait for everybody to get on the bus. You simply just get in your car and you drive wherever you want to. Maybe you want to have an extra stop before you get to the hotel, hit an extra bar, go down to Bunkers, or whatever it is that you want to do. A lot of people do that. So that's probably what I will be doing on Sunday because of my flight schedule. I don't really have any other choice. So anyways, there's shuttles that are going to be available. There are people that actually do park at Lake Ann Park, but we're talking about specifically at Paisley Park. Downtown Minneapolis is a little bit different. You're going to just kind of have to look at the schedule. I mean, look at the map and kind of see where the State Theater is in relation to some of the parking areas. There is a lot of different parking that is all around State Theater. So there is no better than others. I will be surprised if those parking decks and parking areas don't kind of kick up their pricing just a little bit because of the fact there's events going on. That's not going to surprise me at all. But you do want to make sure that if you're going to go to that block party, what day is that when you go to the block party? That is the one that's on for Saturday, I think. Yeah, on Saturday, get down there early. Just go ahead. Whatever plans you got to make, just get down there early, get into the parking deck, and just plan to just spend the day in Minneapolis. Walk down to the Rekisto, just chill, just enjoy Minneapolis, because once it starts getting closer to that block party, you're done. It's going to be a nightmare getting in and out of there. So just plan for the day and just enjoy it. That's all I got to say. Just go park and just do you, boo. So it's a little bit frustrating, I guess, because of the fact that just the way that kind of everything shakes out. But I did actually pull this Old Hound place. And once again, this is the Shuttle. I pulled up the 950 Hawthorne Avenue, which is in Minneapolis, to kind of give you an idea of where it's at. And it is actually in walking distance from State Theater. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of where this is at. Let me share this screen for you. All right, this is Minneapolis. So this red dot right here is the Old Hound station that is in Minneapolis. And as you can see, right to the right of that, right here, is State Theater. So that is walking distance from State Theater. I'm not exactly sure. There's a Hampton Inn and Suites in Minneapolis downtown. Some of you fine folks are staying there. If you're there, you're kind of in a good little bit of a situation for those first 2 days for sure. You can kind of just walk to the State Theater because it's right there for both the Friday and Saturday events. So that is a very, very quick 2-block walk. And then on top of that, if you want to take the shuttles for those other days going to Paisley Park, you simply just walk down here to the Hawthorne, to this Old Hound. So there is some advantages to being in downtown, specifically right here at the Hampton Inn and Suites, because you technically don't have to rent a car at all if you happen to be staying in one of these places that's relatively close to this area here, just because of the fact that you can just walk to where they have the shuttles for those events that are happening on Sunday and Monday, and you can walk to the State Theater for those events that are happening on Friday and Saturday. And there's going to be some little hiccups here and there depending on what your personal schedule is, when your flight comes in, when your flight leaves. I know a lot of people may actually be leaving on Sunday, regrettably, but I know some folks have to work, so they can't just stay and just eat up and go into another week. But I know a lot of people are staying on that Monday, so that's kind of how they got it scheduled out. But I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of where that's at. I will back to kind of give you an idea of where some of these locations are. But if you're staying in over by the areas that we normally stay in, which that is Minneapolis, but I normally stay down over by the Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. So I normally stay down here in this area. So on Friday and Saturday, it's going to be a little bit of a drive for me to go pow, pow, pow. And then, of course, Chanhassen is over this way on this side. So I always stay in this area just because it's a little less crazy. You don't typically have to pay for parking if you've rented a car. They're normally just free. So that's always good. Um, there's just a lot of things going on. So I will tell you this. I will plan on after the show on Tuesday. If you guys want to gather your questions together, maybe we'll address some of those questions after the show on Tuesday. But there's just a lot of things that are going on. I know some people are saying that they're wanting to say stay in Chanhassen, but realize it makes sense for you to be across in the Prince mural. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Minneapolis, so it just depends on where you go. I always stay in Bloomington. I don't know why. It's just more convenient. It's less traffic. It's less crazy. You can leave whenever you want to. It's always free parking. For instance, we were Jeff Page and myself were actually in Minneapolis a couple of weeks ago, and we stayed at the Moxie. And the problem is that every single time that we left the Moxie to get into the car, it cost us, 12, $15 to go into it, no matter how long we stayed. And then even if we left a couple hours later, didn't matter, come back, got to pay another $15. And that stuff adds up really, really quick. So that's another reason why I'm just kind of staying in the Bloomington area. It's always free parking. It's easy to get to both Paisley Park and also downtown, and it's not as insane. So we always have a lot of fun. But in this particular case, there is no shuttle that is coming from the Bloomington location. It is only coming from two different locations, and that is the location that I just showed you, which is up by the State Theater, and the other one is down by Chanhassen High School, which is going to be basically west of where Bloomington is. I mean, if we wanted to hop on the shuttle, we can do that. It's only about a 15-minute drive to Chanhassen High School, and we just jump on the bus, and then that's it. So, anyways, it's a lot of fun. It's going to be great. Let's quickly look at the schedule too for the shuttles for VIP, which is going to be very, very similar. You can hear my dog losing her mind in the background, but let's look at the Thursday and Sunday schedule for Purple VIP, and then I'll share that for you, and we'll just kind of take a look at this together. Here we go. This is the Purple VIP shuttle, and again, you have some schedules for Thursday, June 20th and Sunday, June 23rd. Now, why isn't Monday on here? Because like we just talked about, everything that they're going to be doing, they're doing on Thursday, whereas the Gold is going to be doing it on Sunday. So it's kind of like a little bit of a mix of sorts. Yeah, I don't know why Monday's not listed on here. This is kind of unusual. Let me see if this is also, yeah, there is a VIP for Monday as well. But it's the same thing. But this actually, this is different though, isn't it? This is the Chaska High School. It's different from the Chanhassen High School. So they actually have Chaska High School on here. And then there's a Chanhassen High School. Old Hound Station is still in the mix, but they have Chaska High School for shuttles for VIP for Thursday and Old Hound Station. Then Sunday, it's Chanhassen High School and Old Hound Station. Man, it's just, could it be any more convoluted? I don't think it can. Let's look at let's look at Monday. Let's look at Monday's schedule here. Is this Monday? Or am I just pulling up the same one? I think I'm pulling up the same one. Hold on just a second. Let me pull up Monday. Sorry, I was clicking on the wrong thing. I will pull up Monday for you guys real quick. Yeah. All right. This is going to be. God bless you, VIP folks. You got some little nuttiness going on here on Monday. Let's look at Monday. I thought this was okay. This is Monday. So on Monday, you guys obviously have two different things going on here because you also have the, it looks like from what I can tell, because all you guys are supposed to be going on aren't you guys supposed to be doing the cruise schedule? I don't understand you guys. I guess you guys have to get out to the cruise by yourself because what I'm seeing here is you have Chaska High School for Monday, June. There's like a bunch of different locations here. Wow. Chaska High School, Old Hound Station, also Family of Christ Lutheran Church, Southwest Transit Station. That's the one that they normally would have used in the past. Old Town Station again. So there's like a few different locations going to and fro on Monday, June 24th, just depending on what exactly it is that you're doing. I'm not going to go through all this with a fine tooth comb. Please check your emails and go through this and kind of figure out you're literally going to have to sit down with your schedule and then look to see exactly how all these shuttles actually work out, how they actually filter out, because it's quite an undertaking here. I'm going to also pull up. I don't think that yeah, and just so we're clear, just so I don't have to pull this up, gold VIP shuttle schedule looks almost exactly the same. Um, but let me pull up the just check your emails because the VIP schedules are a little bit different. It's very, very convoluted the way that they kind of got it going on. The years prior, what they've done is that they pick two of the host hotels, not one in downtown, but there was normally be one that was coming from the primary hotel that was in Bloomington, and then there was another one that was there was two different hotels, and if you were at any other hotel, if you wanted to get on a shuttle, you just got to one of those two hotels. But they have just kind of made it, yeah, they just kind of made it quite convoluted for sure. Um, yes, Cassandra confirmed. There is no, there is no, there is a shuttle to the lake for VIP. Okay. The VIP schedule is what? Let me pull this up one more time because it is showing. I'm trying to pull this. Oh, that's the general admission one. Let me pull this up really quick. All right. So on Monday is when the VIP cruise on Lake Minnetonka is for VIP. That's for Monday. And if you look at the schedule for VIP, here, I'm looking at the shuttle on Monday. It's showing that you go from Chaska High School to Paisley Park, Old Town Station to Paisley Park, and then they also have in the center column here, it shows Chaska High School to Paisley Park. It's right there. Family Christ Lutheran Church to Paisley Park, to Paisley Park. None of it says to Lake Minnetonka, unless you guys are going to be getting on a separate shuttle bus at Paisley Park and then going out to Lake Minnetonka. So it says see cruise schedule for shuttle and doctor. Okay, so there is a cruise schedule that is somewhere out, and I guess we don't have access to, or the general public doesn't have access to that. Okay, so there apparently is some type of shuttle. Glad I'm doing GA this year. It looks like a lot of fun. Anyways, so I wanted to kind of get on here and be really, really clear and just I've had some pretty in-depth conversations, really at the bowling event, and also via email and also via phone, via text. A lot of people are having a little bit of concern about how this celebration kind of is being crafted or being put together. And I can tell you, it may look like it's a little bit crazy right now, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. They are going to absolutely do their positive best to make sure that it flows in a way that is going to work. So here's what I'll say. Check your email, look at the shuttle schedules. If you're planning on taking a shuttle, for me, I'm assuming a lot of people are like this. I have no problem in taking a shuttle if it's going to be something that seems to make sense. Like if I know that I'm going to be there for the whole event, okay, that's fine. According for being GA, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it doesn't even matter because there is no shuttle available to GA folks, so it makes no difference. So the only time I would consider a shuttle would be on that Sunday, because Monday I cannot be a victim to the shuttle. So the only day the shuttle would make sense to me would be on Sunday, when I don't have to be anywhere other than whatever's going on, which is going to be the Paisley Park event where they're going to have live music and and stuff going on. So, anyways, feel free to ask questions. I'll give you guys a few minutes to ask direct questions. Maybe I didn't answer anything because I have been privy to a lot of stuff that's kind of been going back and forth via email, some of which was not had been publicly announced. But I have been pressing various people at Paisley Park to get us some shuttle information for the past 5, 6 days, including a couple today. And then the shuttle information came out now. I'm sure it had nothing to do with me. It was just the way that the schedule worked, but it's here. So I will tell you that I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to the launch party, because the launch parties are always fun because DJ Lincoln Paris knows how to throw down, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good DJ party. And then, of course, I'm looking forward to seeing Purple Rain with all of you fine folks, just to be able to watch that movie through again. That's going to be fantastic. It's going to be so much fun. Then on top of that, to see some of these concerts that we have not seen, to see the Revolution at First Avenue, to see Morris Day and NPG, that State Theater. Just there's going to be a lot of fun things going on. Not sure how I feel about Sunday and Monday. We'll see. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine, right? There is, as far as the panel info is concerned, yeah, they haven't really released too much of the panel info. I have heard some various rumors about folks. Obviously, Susan Rogers is in the mix for the VIP side of things. So it would not surprise me to see Susan Rogers pop up because she was actually involved in the not only the soundtrack, but also was doing a little bit of editing. And so it wouldn't surprise me to see Susan Rogers pop up. Here's what I'll tell you. I'm going to have Jerome on the show on Tuesday. That's this Tuesday before the celebration. So Jerome Benton will be on the show. Let's see if he can divulge anything about what he knows about regarding the panel. I wouldn't expect to see, someone had asked, is Maite going to be there? I wouldn't expect to see Maite there. She really didn't have anything to do with Purple Rain. I think she was, I don't know how old she was at the time, 9. I don't know. I don't think she would have anything to do with Purple Rain, other than to be a name that would actually have a good draw. Love her to death. But I think they're going to want to keep this very, very Purple Rain focused. So, and I don't think she'll be in the mix. But then again, you had NPG that's going to be performing on Saturday night as part of this Purple Rain celebration. And a lot of the people that are in NPG were around during the Purple Rain days, other than, Tony M was there. He was one of the dancers that was up on the balcony. So, I mean, there's some little bits and pieces that kind of make sense and kind of tie things together, but I guess we're about to find out. There's a question here. Valgal says, hello, it's my first time and I'm going as GA. What does walkthrough Paisley Park tour mean? Will we have access to all the exhibits? Yeah, and Kim just verified, yes, Maite will not be going to celebration. Yes, Maite will be in the area for sure. I wouldn't surprise me to see her pop up here and there, but she's not going to be a part of the actual celebration event. There are 3 different types of tours that you can pay for. The first part of, really, it's the length of time and kind of what you see, what they kind of show. Like in some cases, they might bring you into like the sound editing room or the video editing room, and they may play you like little teeny snippets of audio. Normally, what the walkthrough of Paisley Park is pretty much you are just kind of given free reign to kind of just walk through all the different areas that you want to walk through. You can walk through some of the recording studios. Some of them may be closed off to you if there happens to be corresponding or coinciding tours that are going on that they have blocked off. But you can pretty much walk and look at whatever you want to look at. You can look at some of the, I'm pretty sure the shoe exhibit is gone now, but there's like different types of little pieces that you'll have access to be able to see, but there's not going to be a guided tour. You pretty much just walk through, and there'll be people standing around. If you have questions, they will typically answer questions, but that is typically what the walkthrough is. It's not really anything that's handheld. You don't really typically get to see anything surprising. I can tell you that a couple times that I've done GA done through the walkthrough every now and then there might be somebody that will be sitting in at one of the booths or sitting at the board in one of the studios, and if you happen to walk in there, they might actually, play a clip for you as you walk through and say, "Hey, you guys wanna listen to this?" And you go, "Yeah, of course." And they'll play, like, a little snippet of something. So, it's not like it's not a handheld guided type of tour. You just kinda just walk in your own pace and that's kind of what the walkthrough tour is. That's typical of, what the walkthrough tours is, and that's what GA will be getting, as opposed to VIP, which is gonna get more of like the ultimate tour where they will not only be guided through, but they'll also be taken through and actually played some unreleased music. I wouldn't freak out too much, regarding, "Oh, man, I didn't do VIP. I really would like to hear some of that unreleased music," because, let me kinda give you an idea of what happened last year, is that I went as VIP and, oh, Kenny, this is a little cool thing. Kenny says, Prince's yellow purple rain guitar sold 2 weeks ago for 910,000 at Jillian's auction. Nice. Very, very cool. So I was in VIP last year and they brought us in and they played us they played us 3 tracks, 3 or 4 tracks or whatever it was. It was like, great, these are really, really cool tracks. And then after the celebration was over, they gave it to us on a cassette, not a cassette. It was like a fake cassette, but it had like a USB that swung out of the bottom of the cassette that you could just plug in or whatever. It was a very, very lo-fi, not lo-fi, but it wasn't, I don't know, 128K or whatever it was, a version of the songs, the few songs that we heard. Um, and then I don't know, maybe one of you guys can kind of help me with the timeline here, but I want to say it wasn't even 2 or 3 weeks later, and then those songs were readily available for everybody on the Prince channels. So who knows? I Kim says, any idea what this year's gift is? I've seen this gift thing pop up a variety of times. I've seen, specific prints from Steve Park that were given out to a lot of the VIP in attendance that were, assigned and whatnot. Every now and then you get some like really, really cool shirts and things like that. Last year it was, do I still have that? Hold on a second. Let me see if I have this in quick view. Hold on a second. I don't. Don't worry about it. I don't. Last year it was a cassette. It basically was a regular cassette, and it had a USB thing, and had the 3 tracks that they played for us, or I don't remember how many tracks were on it, and a USB thing swung out the bottom of it, and then that was it. You could transfer them to your computer, and you can listen and have fun or whatever. But then they released a better mix, a higher bitrate version to the general public a couple of weeks later. It's just, yeah. Jennifer says, is GA even getting a gift this year? GA does not get a gift ever. Sorry. They don't, GA doesn't typically get gifts. Your gift is your ability to be present for the celebration. Sorry, that's not fair. There's not typically gifts for GA. There's not typically VIP. If you want to get a gift, that's typically what you do. But once again, they didn't really announce any gifts for VIP. Normally, if you are VIP, when you go to pick up your lanyard, and again, go to your emails and check to see where the lanyard is. If you go to pick up your lanyard, there will normally be a little ticket or something that was in it that you will turn in at the end of the celebration, and you'll get something. Oh, no, it wasn't just the cassette thing. It was also, it was also the vinyl. It was also the 45. There was a 45 vinyl of the live, a couple of cuts, of some live tracks that were, given away. They weren't sold. It was just, so there was a couple of different things. So maybe was the USB given to everybody? I don't remember. I was VIP, so I just thought it was part of that process and we had to have a ticket. So maybe you're right, Jennifer. Maybe there was, that USB thing was supposed to be there, or maybe you got one erroneously, but they typically do not just randomly hand out gifts to GA. It normally is a VIP thing. Um, but it's still a lot of fun to go. And if you absolutely and oh yeah, so Nancy said VIP got a bandana and drink coupons at the W. So there's that. Yeah, you also as VIP, you also get fed quite a bit at various events. So you typically don't have to buy food. You normally, if you're a VIP, it's normally always there um, for something. You can always get water. You can always get drinks and sodas and whatnot. All that stuff is normally available for you for free, whereas everybody else will normally have to pay for it. Yeah, so there seems to be a little bit of blurred line of what they'll do for GA and what they'll do for VIP. But for the most part, if you really are looking forward to the gift or the collectible portion of whatever it is, you got one of two options. You can either purchase the VIP option or you can wait for the gift to pop up on eBay, which inevitably it does. And just fortunately, that's just what it is. A week later, a week after VIP, if that, you'll start seeing a lot of these gifts that they've given away popping up on eBay for sale. So you can just simply just go to eBay. Like a lot of people will extend their vacations in order to go to the Minnesota Twins Prince night baseball games, which is always a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But they'll go just in order to get like the Prince jacket or to get an umbrella or whatever it is that the Minnesota Twins are giving out as part of the Prince night. Well, because of the fact they give it out to the first 10,000 people that are there, majority of those 10,000 people are not hardcore Prince fans like you are and I am and all this Prince bubble. So you can normally go onto eBay again, like a couple of days after the game, and you'll start seeing them popping up. And yeah, it may cost you $50 to get that collector's item, but you get something that only 10,000 other people have. And on top of that, you probably saved yourself a whole bunch of money because you'd have to consider how much it would cost you to stay for another night in Minnesota or in Minneapolis, how much it would cost you to get that ticket, how much is it going to cost you to park to go down there to the game, how much is it going to cost you to eat, how much when you start adding up the things, how much extra is going to cost you for that extra day rental car. Just go on eBay and just get it. I mean, unless you really, really like baseball, which that's fine. You can do that too, I guess. But it's inevitably you're going to have a lot of fun. I can't wait to see you guys at the celebration. Please make sure that you check your emails because the shuttle information is there, regardless of whether you're GA or whether you're VIP. You probably want to check to see when the shuttles are going to be available to you, find out where those locations are, where the shuttles are going to be leaving from, how far they are away from your hotel. So you can start kind of planning out your day, download the schedule, do a side-by-side comparison, see what's going to work out for you. Obviously, if you're GA and you're not staying at the Hampton Inn or somewhere walking distance from the State Theater, you're probably going to want to consider doing an Uber, doing a Lyft, or renting a car, or working with some of your other friends that are going and collectively going in on a rental car or whatever it is you're planning on doing, because that's going to be your best way to get around. That's just the reality of it. I will see you guys next week, but here's what I tell you. In 2 days, not one, but 2 days, it's not celebration, Tuesday, June 18th, we are going to be doing Funkatopia Live. It's going to be the last Funkatopia Live that you'll see before the celebration. And I can't wait for you guys to tune in. It's going to be so much fun. Again, we're having a Purple Rain roundtable discussion 2 days before we go to the celebration that pretty much is going to be focusing on the 40th anniversary of Purple Rain. So I decided to get together a bunch of people that were actually there during the recording of the soundtrack, that were there during the movie. And we're going to talk about this movie and the soundtrack that literally changed our lives. I mean, think about the impact and the pivotal moment, that tipping point of when Purple Rain was released and how we listened to music and how we absorbed music from that moment on. Even if you were a Prince fan before, once you got to Purple Rain, things just kind of just pivoted. It was just very, very different. It had an impact like nothing else had ever had. It was just groundbreaking. It was kind of like The Wall was for Pink Floyd fans. It was like, you were a fan up until the point, and then The Wall came out, and you're like, whoof, what just happened? It's just like the Beatles' Abbey Road. This is Prince's Purple Rain. So we got Jerome Benton that's going to be on the show this Tuesday, 2 days from now. Put it on your calendar. Get ready for it. Jerome Benton's going to be there. Gilbert Davidson's going to be there. Harlan Huckey Austin's going to be there. Craig Rice is going to be there. Damon D is going to be there. We're going to have a lot of fun. Plus, there may be some surprise guests that pop in as well. All people that have been in the studios or in the movie or portion of the movie or contributed to the movie or served on staff during the movie or during the soundtrack. So just be ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's this Tuesday, June 18th. Jerome Benton, Gilbert Davison, Harlan Huckey Austin, Craig Rice, Damon D. You're not going to want to be anywhere else. It's just Tuesday. It's blew up. What? Lisa, what blew up? Blew up. The music. Yeah, the music industry. Yes. Everything changed. Yeah, it just exploded. Of course. So we will see you guys this Tuesday. I hope that this was a little bit helpful. It kind of seemed like I was just rambling and just kind of regurgitating a bunch of information that you probably can already see in your emails, but I also wanted to kind of be ready if you had any questions regarding any of the stuff that was going on. So we'll see you on Tuesday. I'm going to check out for right now. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me directly. That's funkatopia@gmail.com. That's FUNKATOPIA, funkatopia@gmail.com. If you have any questions, any concerns about the celebration, some of the things that are going on, I know sometimes you can send emails off to info@paisleypark.com and never get a reply and never hear anything. People will tell you I'm pretty quick. So just let me know if you have any questions. I'll make sure that I get that information out to you ASAP. And yeah, that's right. So that shuttle schedule will throw anyone off. Yeah, it's a mess. I mean, it's not a mess. I mean, I'm trying to be really politically correct and try to walk this fine balancing line. I don't want to tick anybody off, but that shuttle schedule is a tough look. Seems like it's a little bit, I think it's more convoluted than it needs to be, but we're all about to find out, aren't we? I think GA has pretty much got the most cleanest view of what they're going to have for expectations on the shuttle service. You won't have any other than Sunday and Monday. So I guess we're going to find out. We will see you guys on Tuesday. Email me at funkatopia@gmail.com if you have any questions, anything specific that you didn't want to ask in public, and I will address them ASAP, or I will find out the information for you. Again, see you Tuesday, 2 days from right now, June 18th. We're going to have a bunch of fun. It's going to be a very, very loose show. We're going to get I'm going to do my best to absolutely get stories that you have not heard before. Well, let's just hope that's the case. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Talk to you soon.